Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. In this video I will be explaining what exactly is OpenSea and how you can basically purchase NFTs on here safely. Without further ado, let's get right into it. So first and first, you always want to check you're on OpenSea.io. There are a ton of websites that would say OpenSea.com.ca or OpenSea and they spell it with two e's.io. Basically, they want to claim that they're the original OpenSea. So you go on there, you log into you connect your wallet on there, and then they basically have the opportunity to empty out your wallet. So you always want to make sure you're on OpenSea.io. So always keep that in mind. Now, what is OpenSea? You can think of it as basically a marketplace to sell any NFT on the Ethereum network. If that's a little confusing, let me break it down. So, knowing that you know what NFTs are, um, there are different ways you can purchase them, and they're different. They're on different chains. So Ethereum is one of the main ones, which means you basically purchase NFTs and sell NFTs, and you give or receive Ethereum out of all the other cryptocurrencies. On top of that, you also pay gas fees, which is you can think of it as tax when you buy things. You can't really avoid it; you have to pay it. But you also pay that in Ethereum. Now, keep in mind, as the price of Ethereum goes up and down, and as the traffic in this network goes up and down, the Ethereum price for gas fees will also go up and down. So it's never stable. It could vary between, honestly, anywhere between $20, $30 up to $700, $800. I've seen it up to when there is some crazy releases happening. So keep that in mind. Now, obviously, when you want to purchase or sell things on OpenSea, you need to have a wallet. And I personally use MetaMask, but you can use any of the wallets down here. So if you click on the top right, you have the four main options. You can basically connect to any of the other ones as well. MetaMask is the one I use, and it's the one I recommend just because honestly, it's probably the easiest to use. Ronin is also not bad, but I don't think they accept it here. So let's stick with MetaMask. So let's go ahead and connect. So I already was connected from before, so it was super simple. But if you click on connect, it's gonna ask you, this will pop up down here, and it's gonna ask you to sign a couple things. Sorry, I'm in the wrong network. There we go. And that's basically the hardest part you have to do. Right now we're connected to OpenSea with our wallet attached, which means if you had enough, I don't really have any Ethereum. Whoops, I don't really have much Ethereum on right now. But if I had enough, I could basically go ahead and purchase anything down here. But let's say I have enough and we want to go and purchase something. How are you gonna find certain things you're looking for? Now, number one thing I suggest is never search for an item. Never search for an item. Now let me give you an example why. So this is basically top rankings for the past 7 days, depending on how much Ethereum has been transferred between wallets to wallets. This one is safe, right? So let's say you're looking for the Didos original NFTs that were just released, right? So keep that in mind. When you click on that link, that's legit. That's 100% right. Now, let's say you don't click on that and you try to type for it and search for it. You type in Adidas Originals into the, let's just keep it as that, right? Now, in this case, you can see there are so many other options, right? Yes, this one is verified, but you're not going to see every other NFT project that is actually legit verified, right? So keep in mind, if you don't see the verify button, you could realistically click on any of the other ones, especially this one right here, right? So they trick you into it thinking that this is the original Adidas NFT. When you click on it, you go in, and honestly, it looks very similar as well. But let's say you go ahead and purchase this, that 0.2 ETH that you just gave away is gone. There's no way for you to get that. And basically that's what they're hoping for, right? They create all these, post them up for sale and hope someone buys them by accident. So you always want to make sure that um, you're not getting scammed, basically, right? And you can do that with a couple things. You can go ahead and double check if they're verified. You can double check through this list right here. You can find them here if you want. But the best thing I suggest is, let's say for example you wanted to get this Adidas NFT and it's not up here. Instead of searching for it, it's best to find their official links like Discord channels or Instagram, even their website. And 100% of the time, there is a link to their OpenSea account on one of those platforms. So the best thing you can do is you click on that, and then brings you obviously straight to this page right here, and then you can go ahead and purchase it. All right, so with that being said, now let's say you've gone ahead and purchased your first NFT, and now you want to look at it in your wallet. If you actually click on your logo right here, the second to top right, the second one, it takes you directly to your collected items. So in this case, I have two. This one, I was just playing around with it a while ago. So I actually created this myself. It's pretty pointless and useless. Um, but ignore that one. This is the one I have at the moment, and there was a few that I had, but I've gone ahead and sold. But that's it. It really would show up over here. Now, another thing you can do is you can favorite a few of the NFTs you like so you don't lose them later on, and it will show up over here. So for example, this was one I sold a while ago. Let's go here. Okay, so these are all the apes in space selling right now. Let's go ahead and click on one randomly. Okay, so let's say this is selling for 0.1 ETH right now. It has the sale ends in about 21 hours. You want to come back to this in 20 hours and take a look at where it is. Instead of you just remembering the number, writing the link down or whatnot, what you can do is you just go ahead and favorite it up here, top right. You're gonna sign, asking yes, that was actually you. Okay, so now we favorite it. So let's say we come back in 20 hours and we want to find that. Again, you click on your logo, you go down to favorites, and there it is. So now we can go ahead and double check it and see if the price is still at 0.1 in 20 hours. Besides that, everything over here is pretty self-explanatory. Go ahead and play around with it a little bit. You can mess around with the top, the list over here as well by changing the time, whether it's the last 24 hours, last 30 days, 7 days. If you actually click on go to rankings, there's other variables you can take a look at as well. For example, you can go with the floor price. You could go with the amount of items in an account, amount of owners in a project. You can go with the volume traded. So for example, this is the least volume traded versus the top ones within the past 24 hours. But just go ahead and play around with it, get the gist of it. And if you guys have any questions or if you want me to go through any other things related to OpenSea, such as how to create your MetaMask account or how you can actually calculate your gas fees or whatnot, what time the best to buy NFTs for gas to be low. If you want to go over any of that, please leave a comment below as well. And as always, I try my best to help you guys out, so I appreciate it if you give me some feedback as well. Besides that, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you.